Welcome to the review of the first Transformers vs. G.I.Joe bust that was created by First for Figures, featuring Optimus Prime versus Storm Shadow. This bust was created in 2007 and was exclusive to the internet. 500 pieces were created, out of which 250 were sold by Play.com in the UK and 250 were sold by the website Action Figure Express. As you can see, the front of the box features Storm Shadow standing on the head of a defeated Optimus Prime, and this image was captured from the G.I.Joe vs. Transformers comic number 5 that was published by Image. This bust costed about £25 in the UK, and it weighs about 6 pounds or 3 kilograms. Now let's go to the content of the box. The bust arrives in 5 separate pieces. The base, which imitates either clay or ground surroundings, and the bottom of the base is covered with a piece of cloth on which there is information from Play.com, Hasbro, and so forth. Mine is number 005 out of 250. It also comes with 2 swords in a baggie, the Storm Shadow figure, which has 2 metal pins in its foot to connect it to the head of Optimus Prime, and apart from that he also has on his back a separate piece that represents the scabbard to protect the blades when they're not in use. And of course the head of Optimus Prime, which, as I've said before, the bust should have come in 5 pieces, and mine sort of came in 6, with this piece coming unglued during shipping. And I should probably glue it back together with super glue. But for now I'll leave that piece on the side, and we'll focus on his face first. We can see all the battle damage that was featured in the comic book, including slashes over the faceplate of Optimus Prime and a shattered right eye. He also features not exactly what I would call battle damage, but touches of silver paint that essentially are supposed to represent a bit of wear and tear on the figure slash character. Now let's assemble the bust. There is a slight slope built into the base, into which we will put the head thusly. On the bust we shall put... No, wait, before we do that, I think we'll take Storm Shadow's swords and put them in his hands. Shove. And as you can hear, I've just found out that the blades, when they fall, they make a metallic sound, so they're made of metal. So we will take the blades and position them in his hands. The longer one fits into his right hand, and the sword with the shorter handle goes into his left fist. Just a little bit of trial and error, and there we go. Before finishing the bust, I wanted to talk a bit about Storm Shadow. I don't know if this will come through on the video, but he has an excellent paint job. The brown used for his arms are in fact several shades of brown. and the white used for his clothing is also has several touches of gray. They've managed to paint a very nice set of eyes on him, which really look as though they are staring forward. They've also shaped his head very nicely, and his cobra symbol, which is neither small nor big, just as it should be. Another thing that I found is that this piece, the pouch on his left leg, seems to be a different piece altogether and not something that's molded into the figure. And that's it. Now we'll take some shadow and position him on the top of his defeated enemy. I'll lift the camera a bit up and I'll connect him to the two ports on the head of Optimus Prime. As you can see, it's not an instant fit. First I have to do the right leg and apparently then the left one. Like this. That's it. Now I'll do a little zoom on him. In conclusion, well, I don't want to say that mine came broken, but it definitely got to be a bit loose, shall we say. But it's still a damn impressive display piece. This is the second offering by First for Figures, although not as famous as the first, which was Optimus Prime versus Megatron. And then the long silence that followed after after that piece was released. As for me, I really like this bust, although it's not perfect. For example, this place over here, the faceplate, it basically has some sort of yellow paint on it that I'm supposing it's supposed to represent rust. That's it. I'm very pleased with this piece, and anyone who likes busts or Transformers VS G.I.Joe or stuff like that, I'm sure they will be pleased with it as well. This bust, as of this recording, is still available on play.com. But it's sold out on Action Figure Express. Thanks for listening.